Anyway, I also work at Legacy Heights and Memory Lane, and the first thing of order of business is I want to thank Brandy and Kathy for hosting our wonderful meeting. They're excellent members of our community. And then I wanted to talk a lot about this because we are printing new directories for the conference. And our conference, for those of y'all that have attended before, know it's a huge event. And so, if you want to advertise in this directory, you need to have your advertisement and everything into Louise by August 1st. Is that right, Louise?
Yes.
So you can see we've got one-page ads, we've got half-page ads in here. All of the members are recognized in the pullout if you're a member. But please let us know right away if you want to be advertising this directory. And this directory goes out to every senior center and the surrounding areas when we do our Sweet Connections. Regarding that, I have this pulled up. So our next meeting, our next time to gather is our Sweet Connections, and it's going to be at the Waldron Senior Center at 11 a.m. And our speaker is going to be our one and only Brittany. She's going to be talking about the 5 wishes. So that's wonderful. And then our next general meeting is July 22nd, and it's going to be at Brookdale Senior Living. They're providing a lunch, and the speakers from True Care Pharmacy. So that'll be a really great one to attend. Also on the table is information about our conference. We've got some wonderful speakers, Dr. Fiore, Janice Sudbrink, Taylor Franklin, just excellent speakers. Somebody speaking about ethics, Dr. Henry's going to be speaking about nephrology. And so all the information about the conference is on the table. Please grab that information, as well as the information about sponsoring of the conference. If you want a table there, the minimum, I believe, to register is $100, and you also get one seating package for that. So that's the best deal in the world. I also want to recognize a couple of folks in here. Chris is brand new. I'm recognizing him because I go to church with him. So he just joined. Yay, Chris. And then Jim McDonald from St. John's. We're going to be doing a presentation at his church on a Sunday, like a mini Seasons of Life. We've done those where we've done half a day. This will be an hour, so it's going to be a lot of information to put together for his church. But we're excited that we join him in that effort. I grabbed the sign-in sheet, so some of you didn't sign in, I know. I'm going to put this up here. But if you didn't, we usually have a different sign-in sheet, but today we're winging it. So please sign in if you haven't signed in. Reminder memberships are $35 for a basic membership, and you get 12 meetings, 12 times to educate for free, and 12 lunches. So I don't think you can beat that anywhere. So thank you for being here. Brandy, did you have anything you wanted to say?
Thank you all for coming. This is a nice group. We have bingo coming up next week on July 2nd from 2 to 4. Take a flyer. Some of you probably got an email from me with this flyer. If you can pre-register, that's great, but you don't have to. We'll have refreshments and it'll be fun. But if you want to give it to your residents,
Are you having
I'd
it
love
here?
to have one. I'm sorry?
Here?
Yes, in this room. We'd love to have one. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sponsoring our lunch today.
Yes.
All right, and then without further ado, I'm going to introduce our speakers, Officer Williams and Officer Choctaw. And we had you guys before about a year or so ago, and it was very educational presentation, so I'm very glad you're back. So let's turn it over to you guys.
Not by choice, I don't think.
Just because it's all his life. I'm Officer Robin Shawtha, been with the department, we're going on 9 years now.
Officer Bradley Williams, also going on 9 years.
So, I have to be done by 12:40, strict instructions. So, we're gonna get going. Scams. Who's been scammed? It's pretty normal these days, right?
Who's been scammed and hasn't admitted that they've been scammed?
Okay. So, scams is a business. Okay? It's a business. If a business doesn't make money, it goes away, correct? This is not going away. So keep that in mind. That means every day people are falling for these scams. The minute one is figured out, 10 more are waiting. So, is there a prevention for scams? Completely. No. The prevention for scams is this. Your brain. We need to stop, we need to slow down, and we need to ask questions. Okay? So we're going to go through some of that. So, understanding some of the scams and how to prevent the financial loss is how you're going to identify those. Law enforcement, we're here to educate and protect the community. All right, imposter scams. So government agency scams. Scammers pretend to be IRS, Social Security, law enforcement, demanding money or personal information. Number one, law enforcement and government will never send you a communication other than mail. Okay? So if it's the IRS that sent you a text and say, you know, you owe $2,500 in back taxes from 2023. If you don't pay, there's a penalty of up to 5 years in prison, blah, 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 blah. And then they have a link. What's the goal of the scam?
Click the link.
Click the link. So the link either it wants to do two things. It wants to take you somewhere so you can actually pay them, or it wants access to your phone. So either way, right? They're getting access to your personal information. And we talk about it, and we're going to talk about a lot of these, and you're going to be like, ain't no way somebody would fall for that. Ain't no way. There is a way, and it's called fear. Most of these scams are perpetrated on fear and emotion. They want to get you scared, and they want you to react fast, or they want your emotions to be involved, where you're not thinking clearly. You're only thinking with heart and your feelings and all those good things. Okay?
So, tech support scams, so I don't know if y'all have ever seen these, but iPhones, computers, you may get a pop-up that says X amount of viruses found on your device, call this number or click this link, right? That link, that number is not going to any IT. It's going to someone who's going to claim to be that to get your information, right, to get these payments. One thing that we've kind of say on this, besides the target emotions, is stop, like you said, stop, think about it. But be careful, because some of this stuff, like if it's on an iPhone, guess what'll be on the top of that warning? The Apple logo. The warning that you're getting of the viruses appears to be coming from Apple or whatever device you're using, that brand. So be careful. Just because you see a logo does not mean that that came from that source. And this can be used for OG&E. This can be used for any type of business that they're using that logo to get you to click the link or call the number.
Grandparent scams. So this is actually a pretty common one. Targeting older seniors that have grandkids. Well, how do they know that they have grandkids? Say it louder. Social media. Lots of older adults have Facebook. Because guess what? They found people that they went to school with. That's how you connect. You can see pictures. You can, you know, it's easy to connect with your kids and all your everybody has social media, right? Well, older adults have social media as well. So they've probably been trolling your social media. They've seen your pictures of your grandkids and how many there are, how old they are, roughly guessing. And so they know information because you've shown it to them. So now they're going to call you, or they're going to message you on your social media. And they're going to pretend to be one of your grandkids. And you're not going to know the difference because you're going to be put into such a panic that your emotions will take over, and the only thing that you want to do is send that $200 that your grandson needs to get a tow truck. Or maybe it's the $200 your grandson needs to get to bond out of jail. But don't tell my parents. Guess what? You won't tell their parents. You'll follow the instructions and you'll send the money. This happens over and over and over and over again. So you guys deal with older clients. Make sure we're warning them about this type of scam because this is very common. Very common. Again, if we stop and think and phone a friend, right? Let's phone a friend. Okay? It's always good when the emotions get involved and the fear. Let's run this by somebody else, okay? Because to you it may sound like, oh my gosh, I got to get this done. To somebody else it'll be like, you know, hey, let's think about this, okay? So, you know, always phone a friend, ask somebody. Anytime finances are involved, it should never be a rush decision. Ever. Never be a rush. If you're making a decision in a rush about financial anything, you might be messing up, okay? So just keep that in mind.
Real fast on the grandparent scam, the phone call, real fast, just touching on phone calls. Who here answers the phone if it just rings, if they don't know the number? It's okay,
Be honest.
be honest.
I'm a marketer, I have to.
Oh.
Anybody in sales has to.
There was a time, right, when the phone rings, you answer, right? We don't live in that time, unfortunately, anymore. Be careful with just blindly answer the phone and the recording thing. Is this so-and-so? All they're waiting for you to say is yes. But back to that specific, technology has advanced so much. I just thought I'd go over this. If you've got kids as well, technology now, we can copy, that they can copy voices. So some of you are probably wondering, how can they sound like my grandchild, right? How can it be convincing voice-wise that I would be like, oh yeah, that's my. It's integrating technology now. There's video games now that I can click a setting. Me and another officer were actually playing with this. Click a setting in which I can just now sound like a 2-year-old. Me, like my voice right now, I can speak into a mic and it sounds just like any type of demographic you can think of. So be mindful. I know right now I'm telling you not to trust your ears now because on the phone it can sound like anything. Okay, so just be careful when answering the phone call. Anyway, lookalike websites, right? Still in pending details. So some websites like your banking sites, they can copy what that may look like. They're looking for you to click on, and it'll pop up maybe like your login or something, right? They're just getting your password and your username, right? They can mirror or copy website faces, right? They can copy those, so be careful with those. Facebook. All right, let me get on my big tangent. This is one that just scares me because social media is terrifying. It just is to me. And you would think, looking at me like, oh, you're a young guy, you should know it's terrifying to me. But Facebook, my wife got hit with one of these not too long ago. They were able to get a hold of the account, change the password and the email. But once that's happened, I don't know if you guys know this. So another thing with phone numbers, if you Google like a contact, don't always trust that either. We run into this with a gentleman, just because it says like this is the contact, there actually is no phone contact or email to Facebook. You can't contact us.
Before he continues, when you Google something,
Yes.
the first thing that pops up is the company that paid the most for that ad.
Yes, it's not.
So just because it's at the top of the list doesn't mean it's valid. It means they paid the most money to
Yes.
Google for that ad.
Or have clicks. Anyway, we can go on tangent, but there's another fraud. There's another thing that I watch with fraud, like those top 3 pages or top 2 pages. Literally, it's yes, money and clicks. They have set up networks where if me and her sat and just clicked on one link multiple times, there's an algorithm within Google that shoots that up to the top of the page. Anyway, what was I saying before?
We digress.
Yeah, what was I saying before? Marketplace. Yeah, sorry, Marketplace, Facebook. Yeah. So they changed all that. We couldn't. There's no one to contact at Facebook. Literally, what we had to do is talk to friends. Luckily, we had friends calling us and asking me because on my wife's Facebook were hundreds of pictures and things that we were selling. Multiple vehicles, boat, RVs, all the stuff that I was selling that I obviously didn't have. Right. My own brother, calls me and is like, "Hey, do you have that RV?" And I'm like, "When have I ever owned an RV?" He's like, "Yeah, it was kind of odd. But so you don't have it?" Like, no, look at the picture. It's in the parking lot. It's in a retail parking lot. It's not that, but with that stuff, be careful because all they're doing is set up to do a Cash App thing. So they're making money off of your profile, but they're scamming other people using you as a likeness.
Also, Marketplace. Who shops on Marketplace? I mean, I do. I sell stuff on Marketplace. If you see something on there and the price is just like, whoa, too good to be true, guess what it is? Okay? If you buy something on Marketplace and if it's local and you have to pay for it before they deliver, then you don't want it. Okay? Take that from the cop. You do not want it. I also like to include in my messages that I am a cop. So if they ever talk to me again, then I know it wasn't legit. But
Don't say you're a cop if you're not a cop.
don't impersonate. But be very wary of that. I've had nothing but good experiences with Marketplace. But ask a lot of questions. Make sure that the product you see in a picture is actually the product that you think you're buying. Just because something's on Marketplace, not everything is a scam. Okay, there are people like you and I that sell and buy stuff on Marketplace. However, things like Brad had mentioned happen all the time as well. So
Caution is key.
just be
Caution is
reshipping scams. So it's just packages. Somebody will contact you and say, "Hey, I messed up, and my package is going to get delivered to your house. When you get it, can you mail it to this address?" Which means what they did was they stole a credit card, they bought something, shipped it to your address so it wouldn't be tracked anywhere else, and then they want you to take it and ship it to them. So just be wary of that. Okay, real quick, Brad kind of touched on the phone, but fake prizes in lottery. Who has won the lottery? Did you really? Okay. There's actually a person in Van Buren that did win Publisher's Credit. That came from Arvest Bank because they brought the check in and they had to do all this verification stuff. Anyways, that really happened. So, if you get the text message, hey, you just won a 7-night cruise to the Caribbean. The only thing you have to do is send us the transfer fee of $250 and it's all yours. There's people that are like, holy moly, yes, I never win anything. Oh, yes, and guess what? They click the link and they send the $250, and guess who's not cruising?
And $250 later.
Yeah. The same with lottery. If you get any message saying you won the lottery, guess what? You have to play the lottery to win. That is key.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So things like this, again, it seems too good to be true. It is, okay? Bank and credit card scams. So this happens all the time. Text message from who banks with Arvest? I do too, and First National and all that. If you get a text message and it has a little Arvest icon too, you're like, oh, this is legit. And it says, it needs you to verify your username and password. You click on this link, it looks really legit. So what it's gonna do, if you click on that, it's gonna take you to a mirrored login screen that looks exactly like your app. Exactly. And it wants you to enter your username and your password and hit login. The second you hit login, they have stolen that and they are in your accounts transferring everything you have to another account within 2 minutes. Gone. From Arvest themselves, some may be recoverable, most not. It's mostly not. Okay? So, any banking things, if you get a text message of that nature, do not click the link. Okay? All you have to do is get out of that, actually go into your real banking app, go into it that way, or call the bank and say, hey, I just got this text message. It's asking me to verify my username and password, and they'll be like, we do not send those. Okay? All banks have their own fraud departments that are very extensive, that work with the FBI alone. They need to know that stuff. Okay? So please, you just don't do anything, call your bank. Okay? Same with phone calls or any phone call from the bank, same. If they say they're from the bank, okay, thank you, hang up, call your bank, say, hey, I just received this phone call, did you try to call me? No. So, just remember that. Utility scams, fake threats of power shut off unless payment is made immediately. This happens for seniors a lot. This is targeted to seniors. My mom's 76, and I know if she got that phone call, she'd send you whatever you wanted. That's why we don't answer calls. But yes, that's a fear, right? It wants to get the fear. Because most people, if something's going to go wrong, we want to fix it right then. We don't want to be in trouble. We just generally don't want to be in trouble. Just like, Brad got a call and he said, oh, this is Sebastian County Sheriff's Office. We have a warrant for your arrest for blah, blah, blah. You can take care of that by clicking this and paying off your, whatever.
Some are bold enough to get in a blacked out SUV and drive to your house. We have taken reports on it.
We had one citizen that took a phone call, and it was a said law enforcement agency it was a federal law enforcement agency saying this person needed to
It was like
pay off like some,
it was like a tax
tax
debt.
debt.
It was a tax debt thing.
and they instructed this person to go to the bank and get $80,000 out in cash, and they would be by at a certain time, and they gave specific instructions: place the bags here, do not get out of the house, we'll come get the bags, and blah, 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 be taken care of. This person was a senior citizen, and they did exactly that.
They pulled up
Yes.
in a
Yes, they know that already.
They pulled up in a Tahoe with the glasses like your movie, what you would think in a movie, right? Get out, suit, grab it, drove off in their soul.
Yes, so just as you're like, oh my gosh, how in the world? It's the same thing we were saying at the police department taking that report. However, do you know how embarrassed that person was to come make that report? Do you know how embarrassed that person was to tell the kids that they had just given away their entire retirement? So, guys, it happens. It's not something to be embarrassed about. Please tell your clients that, or anybody that you read. It happens. We've had people that have been in their 40s and earlier that have fallen for the same type of thing. More when we get into romance scams, but anybody can fall for a scam. Anyone. We can sit here all day long and listen to these outlandish stories we tell, but every outlandish story we tell has happened. And you got to remember, you're the only one in this situation. You're scared or you're emotional, and you don't want to be in trouble. Let's add it all up. What you want to do is fix it, and you're going to fix it the fastest way you know how. And that's how people lose money. Okay? We have 10 minutes.
So I say you can get this one.
I'll do this real fast. Romance scams, this is probably the most dangerous one and the most used one out there. This is the one where people are like, this is so stupid, nobody would do that.
Documentaries on it.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people do this. Social media is the devil. And being trusting. So we're trusting by nature, and social media is fun. That's how we talk to people. So this targets loneliness, okay? This targets people that are single, widowed, okay? Maybe you're on a dating site, 30s, you could be any age. You're on a dating site. Maybe you're recently widowed, and that's known. You talk to people on Facebook and social media, and you're going through all the lonely things, especially if you are widowed and you've been married 50 years, you don't know how to continue, you don't know how to do life without that other person. And then you get a message from a guy or girl, whatever, and they say, hey, a friend of mine goes to your church, and I learned that you're recently widowed, and I just want to reach out because I am too. And, starts a conversation. Very simple conversation, because now we're have something common, right? That's what I want this person to believe. We have something in common. You've caught me at my lowest point in life. I want somebody to talk to, and I want somebody that understands what I'm going through. So this continues, right? Maybe we talk for 5 minutes one day. A couple days go by, we talk for another 5 minutes. Continue. Guess what? When I know that I get to talk to my friend at so-and-so time every evening, guess what I'm excited about? Talking to that person, because we can talk about anything. They understand. This goes on and on. This person has made an investment, okay? This goes on months and months. Conversations get longer, right? By this point, we know everything there is to know about each other. This person knows, all my kids' names, my grandkids' names, I know theirs, and blah, 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 on and on and on. Now this person is like, I consider this person like a best friend, okay? We're to that point. We've been talking for 6 months, 8 months, whatever, and I don't know what I'd do without this person now, right? Because now they kind of are filling the void of not having anybody. And then I get a message, and it's this person in a panic. They need help. They've had a car wreck, and something's gone wrong, and I just need a couple $100. I will pay it back. I'm so embarrassed to ask this. What do? You're getting that money there as quick as you can, because that's your person. So that happens. A couple more months go by. Something else happens. Now they need a little bit more money. And this goes on, and this goes on, until that one time a very big tragedy happens, and they need a large sum. And you have no issue giving them that money. Then they're gone. Never hear from them again.
Hey, also, is that similar to the Nigerian internet scam where they steal your pictures off of Facebook and use them to create profiles?
Yes.
So it's very similarly, and to cover real fast, there's two good documentaries on Netflix on this. One's called Hello Beautiful, and the other is Tinder Swindler. Both are two variations of this scam, targeting two different types of things there, but both is dangerous. And before we move, because we're getting really close, I just want a disclaimer and then two things. One, unfortunately with this and some of the other stuff, this is a preventive, we are trying to inform you to prevent this. Because unfortunately, when this happens, minute possibility of getting it back. Does that make sense? So we get tons of people out of these classes, hey, this happened, how do I get this back? And unfortunately, a lot of times the answer is you don't. The money's gone.
Remember, these people are very good. They're most likely not in this country. And just because I invested in you for 8 months or a year or more, I have 1,000 conversations going on at one time. So, because this is my job, and you know, maybe it took 8 months for me to get 20,000 out of you, but remember, I've got all these other conversations going on. So if I get one hit every day, pretty profitable.
And one of the craziest, scariest ones was like with one of those documentaries, they voluntarily give the money. You weren't like really coerced. Yes, you believed the story. It was a story of
Yeah, you
fabrication,
want to help,
but
so you're giving it.
You voluntarily gave the money, right? So that becomes a legal problem that has to be hurdled. And then the other two real fast, because I just heard the storm's right. Another one is if you get damaged in this storm and people come to your house with an unmarked van saying they'll fix your house, you just can't give them money for resources, don't do it. There are more reputable places than a guy in their van driving door to door. Crazy, right? No, crazy, but that one, and then checks. Who even still uses checks? I don't. Yeah. You can look at me and probably think I don't use checks, right? But if you still do, be careful with them. Know where they're at. You can dispose of them properly, because the two biggest like local fraud things I ever ran into in patrol was fraud checks and contractor schemes.
Yes, yes.
How do you approach telling someone that you feel like they're getting scammed without embarrassing them or making them upset? What's your recommendation?
So in what type of situation, like what kind of scam?
Romance.
Right, that is very hard. Do you have a client that's going through that?
One, yeah, a few of us. Probably all in this room is we're probably talking about the
So
same guy.
the hard thing
Well, every class we do, somebody asks that.
Yeah.
People laugh at it, but it is the most common one.
they're compare it to you being in a relationship and your mom coming to you and saying, I don't like that guy. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is very difficult because you're proposing taking away somebody that they have built this connection. They think with, right? And this is the toughest one, and you just want to try to like, okay, have this conversation, but just don't send money. Just don't send money. Have they sent money yet?
Probably, he's trying to fly out there in July to see this person.
Oh,
Been
yeah.
going on for a year.
Yeah.
I'm sure something will happen where he just can't,
He'll come right now and send some more money.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the bad thing is, it's usually a hard lesson to learn, or you get it like your friends. This is where you want to kind of keep in touch with your friends and your church groups and whoever, you know, however you socialize. Keep in touch with them. If you have somebody that's talking about somebody, hey, I just met somebody, blah, 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 you know, inquire more, okay? Because it just takes more voices trying. You can't make somebody believe what you want them to
And
believe.
sometimes, again, they're doing a lot of these at once. So this person's one of thousands that they're doing. Sometimes the stories don't match, right? So if you talk to your friend and get them to go, say, oh, be inquisitive, don't be accusatory, be inquisitive. So this happened? Well, what else happened? And if they say it out loud and they start hearing, logic most of the time will pop in. It's like,
Do they have
that doesn't-
family?
Yeah,
Do
that
they have
doesn't
family
sound right.
members? No family?
Living with friends and
Yeah.
he's got special needs too,
Oh,
so.
okay, that makes it harder
Yeah,
too.
you know what, that is, that is, that is.
Right?
Right.
Take out the Wi-Fi.
The relationship factor is like,
Yeah, I mean, that does make, I mean, that does.
yeah. It's, like I said, these scams are not 100% solvable, guys.
Right.
It's just knowing to ask questions, knowing to use your head, knowing to phone a friend, knowing to get somebody else's opinion, because I promise you, when you get somebody else involved that has no connection to any of it, and you're like, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, you didn't do that, did you? You know, or they're like, I don't know, let's ask them. You know, anything financial, you just go right to the bank and you say, hey guys, what do you think about this? And they're gonna stop you, okay?
So the worst mistake I made was moving my 84-year-old grandpa from a flip phone to a smartphone. It's been a nightmare,
No, I understand. My mom has an iPhone too, and
because you'll just give his date of birth out, I just have to.
Oh, my
Take the phone
grandmother,
and
we
hang
keep
up.
taking away her Facebook and she's making new accounts. No, I'm not joking. She's 80 and she's had like a stroke and she's just not, you know, but she's still smart enough to keep making new Facebook accounts.
Well, and the obituaries too, people the obituaries will actually give people a ton
Of information.
Oh, yeah.
of information, your spouse, your children, grandchildren, where you live, the whole 9 yards.
so there's probably about 30 more different types of scams we can talk about. And AI plays a huge role in that now, okay? So, guys, please be careful. Please be careful. I'm not telling you not to trust anybody, but I'm telling you not to trust anybody.
We're just saying shorten that segment. Don't be afraid to call law enforcement, and don't be afraid to call the bank. The bank, believe it or not, I know, I mean, crazy enough, we trust them to take care of our money, but we don't trust them when we were trying to protect our money, right?
Yeah, just when you get a check in the mail and you're like, oh man, I got a check that looks completely legit. You didn't know you were getting this refund check. I mean, maybe it's from your credit card, you know? You didn't know you were getting a rebate or something. Take it to the bank.
Yeah,
Don't just mobile deposit.
trust-
Take
trust
it
your
there
bank.
and say, hey, can you check and see if this is real for me? They have no problem with that. They
These
welcome it.
these fraud departments are amazing. Just trust your bank.
Yes. And I'm sorry we have to stop right now because it's time.
We have 5 minutes.
Hey, so there's a documentary called Telemarketers, have you seen that one?
No.
So Telemarketers is about the Fraternal Order of Police scam that I fell for.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know.
What, streaming
I
service?
think you watched it on Netflix, maybe. It was a while back. It's called Telemarketers.
Yeah.
And
What's it called?
Telemarketers.
It
And,
targeted the FOP?
yeah.
They
And
said
I
that
had
was-
given them, I like $10, $50, whatever. And then so when I got to the part about the little sticker they sent you, and I was like, I have that sticker. I was like, you get me some money.
Yeah.
Those are hard because, you know,
I did get a sticker.
Well,
they
some
sent me.
of you would think it was secure, right? You would think like it's the police, right?
and you know, we've had phone scams and text message scams go out using our officers' names.
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean, anything you can think of, they're doing it, and it's really scary. I've luckily got my mom not to answer the phone. She just watches reels now, like she just, but she will not answer the phone. So this is good. Any other questions before we
Is there any
out?
keywords that, like, just if you do answer the phone to? Is there any keywords or anything like, I mean, I know you mentioned, you know, they're waiting for you to say yes, but
Best if you don't know who it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but that's
That's my
the best.
recommendation, don't
That
answer
with,
it.
with technology now.
If somebody, well, marketers, I'm sorry, but
Yeah, I'm about to say y'all do that. Right?
yeah, you have to
You
have
got a
a certain
choice,
time
but-
frame that you
anybody else
choose
that's
that.
not a marketer, if they need you, they'll leave a message.
Yes.
100%.
And
And sometimes if you pause, like if you answer but you don't
Oh,
say anything, you'll hear like a click, like a recording.
And then you can hear the call center in the background.
Yeah.
I think there's like an update on the iPhones too, where you can verify everyone.
Yeah, mine does that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to like leave a message or voicemail about who they
So
are.
so you can set the iPhone, and I changed mine to where if you call my phone and it's not a saved number, it'll say, please state your name and the reason for calling.
Yeah.
You say your name and reason for calling, and then it will send me a message and say, Johnny's calling about this.
I've
And
noticed a lot
I
of
can just
those.
let it go take the voicemail or whatever else. But most of the time, when it gets to that and a scammer, it just goes away.
Yeah, they don't look at this now. So when they're screening calls, we have that happen too, and they do that with our company. But we're actually a legit company trying to reach a client, and then we can't get a hold of them because they have their phone locked doing that, and we can't get a hold of them.
You can text, if you have something, you text them, like if they have text message, you can still text them, like, if
Thank you, guys. We appreciate your service. You're welcome. Thank you.
Don't send us any money.
I won't give you my information.
All right, very good. Well, thank you very much. And we'll have a time for us to talk a little bit about what's going on with our facilities. Any new information you'd like to share? So we'll start with Crystal.
Crystal from,
Thank you.
You want us all to thank you?
hey, I'm Crystal from Baptist Senior Care, and we are still open. Forget what you are hearing. Senior Care is still open. We have beds. Well, actually today we're full. But just call us at 441-5601 if you have any referrals for us.
Thanks. Who else? Wansley?
Oh, yeah, let me find my phone number.
Hey, you want to-
Make sure it's not a scam.
Right. My phone number is not a scam. It will ask you, why are you calling me though? So please leave a voice
We're gonna
message.
put you on hold, Wansley.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Sarah with Home and Stove. We do in-home care. If you need us, give us a call at 479-651-3151.
Hi, I'm Tanya with Elite Home Health, and we do skilled nursing and therapy in the home. If you need us, please call 479-494-7273.
Hello, I'm Kelly with Medisafe Pharmacy. We are a local pharmacy. We have stores in Charleston and 2 stores in Fort Smith. We do have a durable medical equipment department. We have a compounding lab, and we do, one thing that I know most of y'all deal with is we do take long-term care insurance. We free delivery in town for any long-term care patients. And we also have like a sync system where we can bubble pack their meds and make sure, just kind of help them remember to take their meds, or help you guys as caregivers know that they're taking their meds. So if you have any questions, you can call the store. My main store is on Rogers Avenue, and it's 479-452-0278.
Perfect company to advertise in our directory.
Go ahead, Candace.
I'm Candace with Home Helpers Home Care, and you can reach me for any home care needs at 479-316-4639. And we did start the Helper Bees program through Medicare Advantage, so just give us a call. We can help you.
Teresa?
I'm from Legacy Heights and Memory Lane in Van Buren, and we have independent living, assisted living, and assisted living memory care. So if anyone has any kind of needs, just give us a call at 479-262-6466.
I'm not gonna talk about the agency that Sheila, but I did wanna say we have a program at Area Agency at EVA. It helps people get their money back that have been scammed if they're over 60. So you might write that down, and they're pretty good at getting some of it back, so.
John Lacey from River Valley, Primary Care Services.
I'm Mandy Kirkendall, and I work at Brookdale Senior Living. We're an assisted living community right in the heart of Fort Smith by Central Mall. We have assisted living and we have memory care. If you'd like to learn more, call us at 479-650-3, sorry, I was about to say the wrong one. 484-5556. There you go.
She's about to get personal numbers.
Hi, I'm Cindy Dotson, and I'm with River Glen Cremation and Funeral Services in Fort Smith, and I'm glad to be back. And so, we have just hired a new funeral director there at River Glen with me. It's Xavier Griffith, so I can now be out of the office more.
Woohoo.
And we are under construction and doing new restrooms and everything in our facilities, making it much better. So we've got a lot of changes going on, and so our number is 479-551-0981.
We got any volunteers to go next? All right.
Judy Knuckles with Heart of Hospice. We are located at 3001 Rogers Avenue, Suite 201, and we care for patients from the last 6 months of their life stage. We also have a team of volunteers that will do various services for them, such as haircuts, lawn mowing, housekeeping, things of that nature.
Great. You go next.
Joe McDonald from St. John's. You already heard that we're going to have a special program at our church at the end of July. Looking forward to that.
Well, thank you for having us.
Deborah Edgman with Mercy Crest Assisted Living. We have assisted independent memory care unit. We currently have a waiting list, but that changes week to week. Give us a call, 479-478-3000.
Awesome.
Ashley with Mercy Crest as well. We have a dementia caregiver support group first Monday of every month at 5 o'clock.
You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Chris Logston. I own a company called Blue Draft Promotions. We're a brand recognition specialist. So we do anything print, promo, swag, anything that you guys have for your branding, whatever else. From business cards all the way up to banners like Blue Cross has in there, to table, anything that you can think of. We have literally millions of products that we can do. I'm also been in the medical field for the last 20 years. I am a licensed paramedic, so I go to church with Holly, wanted to support Senior Care Alliance, and have worked with many senior citizen patients as a paramedic, but I wanted to join and support this organization and then support you guys in your business branding however I can. So.
Perfect. Well, we're excited to have you.
Oh. Hi, I'm Margie Parton. I'm local insurance advisor here in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. I specialize in Medicare, but I also do under 65 marketplace insurance as well as dental, vision, and life. And you can get a hold of me at 479-388-4155.
Excellent.
Okay, back to me. I'm Wanza Harrison. I am a mental health therapist. I provide therapy and office off of Oak River Road down the street. And I also go to independent living facilities. So if you have anyone that's in an independent living facility, I come to their apartments and provide therapy in their homes. My number is 479-274-8847.
Hi, I'm Amber with the area agency with Sally. We do home health. I'm over the home health. Sheila over there is over our hospice. We do a little bit of everything, but home health, hospice, transportation, the EVOC, like Sally said, we have lots of grants to help seniors in our area. 479-783-4500.
Hi, I'm Latrell. I'm from Brook and Hill Health and Rehab, a new long-term care and rehab facility here in Fort Smith out on 9000 US Highway 71 South. And anybody would like to come and take a tour or need any rehab or anything, just contact us. Our number is 479.
It happens to us all.
479-235-7762.
All right. Anyone else?
What about behind you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. My name is Kathy with Arkansas Blue Cross. I'm a sales rep, so we also sell Medicare products, under 65 products, dental, vision, as well as travel insurance. If anyone's traveling, you can always call us at 479-648-1635 for a quote. Thank you.
Anybody else? Perfect.
I'm Sheila Brown. I'm with Area Agency on Aging, Director of Hospice. Amber is our Director of the skilled program, and I guess non-skilled.
And we do a whole other host that I'm not even real sure what is available. But we are growing, and we're very excited about that. So just give us a call if we can help you in any way. Our number is 479-783-4500.
Okay, I'll do mine. Yes, I'm Ashley with Mercy Rehab Hospital. It's such a blessing to be a part of this group, and I think it was really cool that it was one about those scams, because it's everything. It's their insurance. They change our insurance, y'all. But anyway, we've got people in our community to help us with that. So if anybody's running into any issues, and I know there's several people here that, like, even if someone needs a recliner, needs something, let's help each other. Let's call each other. Let's get this, just get out there and help these people and find stuff that they truly need. And yes, it might be a recliner, but that could be honestly everything that they need, and maybe they even need a place to sleep. But I'm Ashley, once again, with Mercy Rehab. We offer inpatient rehab services, inpatient only, so anybody falling in weak can call us on their own. No referral required. What we do is we go out to their home and evaluate them if they're traditional Medicare, and we can get them admitted same day. We are in network with all insurances, and we admit from skilled nursing, assisted living, home, hospital, you name it, we admit from there. But our goal is, of course, for a home discharge, so that way we can refer to all you guys. But if y'all need anything at all, definitely reach out to us at 479-957-1700.
Also, Ashley, anybody in here saw the Senior Care Alliance board member TikTok video? Yes, Ashley is like the TikTok TikTok.
I don't know if that's a compliment, honestly.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Is there any other announcements that y'all can think of?